My name is Peter Larsson, and I am 50% owner of PLAE2TECH. It's a new company. We have been working for 9 months now, and our core business is coffee machines or coffee tools for the professional market, like Starbucks, Johnny Juice, Coca-Cola, and so on. We also have one industrial leg in the industrial sector also, and we even have a third one that is customized project. We know nothing about circular economy, I say. We have started our journey, and we are now in the position what we think 10% of our journey. I said goal here, but I think we have no ending. So we are in a learning phase right now, and approximately 1 year ago, I think, Anna-Karin, we have never heard the word circular economy. I showed what we are doing, and Sverige here, or Rice, said, "Oh, this is circular economy." I said, "It is." And then we start to talk, and we learned more and more. And with a new company, a lot of new stuff, we are in the learning spiral right now, and trying to find out a business model. And we have a lot of technology in these coffee machines, but I will come back to that. See if I push the right button here. Whoops. I will just... Is it to push the button here, Sasha?
Yeah.
Let's show a short movie of the product. Yeah, it was our social media teaser that we fixed in November. This is our product, the hipster line. We have customers today, like, as I told you, Johnny Juice chain. Some of you are from Denmark, so you know. We also got this, I can't say the name, but it's a Swedish fashion brand with 2 letters. Worldwide company that have also started to buy our machines, and then we're working with sole agency worldwide. Our technology strength compared to our competitors is that we have a brewing patent to get the right taste and control over the process. And this is also in the line of circular economy, because we are only uses the power and the energy for the brewing process, because we are running with run-through heaters. So we have no tanks that are standing on 24/7. So we only use the power when we are brewing, and that's a big benefit out there for the taste and also the coffee. Another thing that started the project for the circular economy thinking, and also the business model, is that the machines are hooked up to the network. connected. So we see all the machines we have in US or in South Africa or even Japan. We can see what's happening if there is a wire loose, or if we need to help the customer to fix some recipe and so on. We don't need to travel. We had a case with Johnny Juice on Manhattan in New York. They had wrong taste, so our CEO then from Skåne talked to the guys in the shop, and they adjust the recipe from Skåne, and they were tasting in US, and it was all done in 15 minutes. So it's also helping the service and also the environmental. The market looks like this. Looks impressive, but we have our sole agencies, so it's not so much machines. We have approximately 500 machines out there, and our biggest market is US and UK and Germany, and of course the Nordic countries as well. These are our three legs that we are fighting with right now. We have a R&D department that have been working in the coffee industry for together experience 100 years. And we have been working with companies like Coca-Cola, Nestle, and global players in the coffee business. Also the sales in the same thing. Production, we are working with right now to get up in quality and also integrate in this circle economy race. We also have a consulting leg, as I mentioned, and we have 3 to 4 engineers working with this company Vestre. Also we have a short movie as well there. I will come back with our partnership with this company. Okay, that was the background. I recently come home from Universal Studios 3 days ago, and that's why these guys are in the presentation. And also have my 10-year-old girl when I did this presentation, so she was also asking what is circular economy. So when she saw these guys, the minions, she helped me with the presentation. So we are 8 people employed in the company, 6 engineers and 2 on the sales, and then we have 3 older guys working with us, also engineers. I assume a lot of you have seen this circle economy map or instruction. If you Google this, you have many hundreds of these maps, how this works. And when we saw this first time, Anna-Karin showed me, it was a little bit, we were like this, like the minions here. What are we looking at? Where should we start? How should we work? So I think we we come into this mode quite fast. And this is me, and this is me. I'm longer, and this is Anders, my colleague. How should we start? How should we work with Sverige? But or race? We need to start somewhere. So Anna-Karin, you went up with a team to Little Arvika. We sat down and started a discussion, and quite fast we were into, I think, 3 projects in here. And that means the coffee machines are quite sexy. So, and also it's yeah. So we got some of the short presentation from our company, how we work, the CIRCit program, throw out this question, because we were quite confused how to handle our technology with machine-to-machine communication. How can we make money to this and also get control over the machines? Because in my old job, when I was R&D manager for a company called Cram, we sent out 100,000 of machines on the global market, and then we never saw them. Never. So in this, we try to find out how can we hook up and have control over the raw material and the parts and get into CIRCit. But to do this, we need to have some basic concept to work with. So I think this was in September or October, and in our toolbox that we have been working with, we have some universities in Karlstad and Stockholm. We had the Siemens for financial, and of course you hear RISE and the CIRCit. We also have a company, the mobile company Telia in this loop, helping us out with, because they see business in the SIM card, because every machine more or less have a cell phone hooked up to the machine. And to get this in a financial loop, we also need to talk with the Svea Economy and also Siemens for the global market, and also the certification institute. And then there we are working with UL through Denmark, and then with Chicago in US and the team in Milan. So this was our toolbox in this, and in this we had a very big question mark. How should we get a concept with all these tools, and how should we present it to the customers? And we are not coffee neutral like a machine producer. We actually have joined and stepped further closer to Löfbergs Roastery in Karlstad. And they have big accounts like Coca-Cola, Circle K, IKEA, and also John the Juice. So we had partners that also are very interesting in our communication platform on the machines. But we need to show them something. And we didn't know that. So we come to this point. We went into this program CIRCit, and we started to do workshops, and we are even going to plan some more workshop here in Fana. Today she tried to hook me up for a long time now, to work even more. And the first thing we did was actually to look at the product, because we have a lot of sheet metal and also plastic, and then we have core components coming from the global market. The mostly of the components naturally come from north of Italy and also from Germany. So it's like always like our chassis or inner chassis of the machine is like the Christmas tree, and then we put stuff in the Christmas tree and so on. But we also have the same basic ground in the chassis. So we had in the workshop, it doesn't matter, but one of the first workshops we looked at the production, the machine, the service, and this have coming to a result that we have. I'm going to show you later on our approach for next series, how that end up. The other workshop that we had was actually from the Danish team. We're up in Little Arvika here. And I know you fan over there, and also we had Marina, oh sorry. But also Sasha were on the Skype, and we had Jutta. So we had a lot of people running in and out in our office, and we had a lot of discussions. And here are some pictures. Sorry, Fanna, I forgot you there, but we start to figure out to find the keyword or key thing for our concept, and it worked quite complex because you start from nothing, and we got more or less interviewed by CIRCit, and Fanna here and Marina had this Excel file and put all the question and answers into the system, and we had these post-it papers and put everything together. So I will not dig down into this journey map, because now we will stand here for days. But I just show you how the work were proceeding, and the discussions, and a lot of whiteboards. So we had more or less all the walls were in papers, and what we said, what we see, and also Rais had seen, is that we are, sorry, I'm jumping, is that we have 3 temp here. We have a retailer, and then we have a customer. And due to our connectivity, our hooked up machine on the internet, we see that we have a closer end customer connection that we have compared to earlier years. So this is the classic thing that we have today. We sell the machines to a sole agency in each country or a retailer, and they sell this further to the end customers, cafes in Germany or Holland or whatsoever. The thing is, because we see the machine all the time, we see everything before these guys in the middle. And this, they are learning in the field, so also the service go directly to us. And this was a big discussion in our workshop, what will happen with the retailer or the sole agency out there. And we are still in that discussion. I will have a picture, different picture of this. This is done by Marina, I think. So then we start to getting into thinkings about business model, how should it look like in the future. And actually we got, I can say it, HM, because of this model, because they need a partner that could take care of the global service directly without a retailer. And this was actually happening in the same time we were in the workshop discussion, so it was a little bit stressy. After the workshops, we start to thinking more and more, what have we learned, what will we need to do? So we get in some action mode here. Now we are talking November, December, and we're gonna also, as I said, hook up with more workshops after Christmas here now. But we feel quite happy. We are coming to something. We are get some vector in this where we are moving. We are get some nice tools. But they're quite heavy still. But this is actually the result that we are coming to. And what we have learned is that we have a value offering to the customer. So we are more moving to leasing our machines out to the customer instead of selling the machine. Because there we have a quicker business to business here with the customer. They don't need to pay like 5,000 euros in upfront. They can start to do this instead of with a leasing model. We gonna have a customer control for the machines. We see the machines because in the field, when they do the service, they can take a machine, place it from Chicago to San Francisco, from San Francisco to New York, mix the machines, and that's very important to us to see what number and what kind of ID the machine have, because for our quality control. We're also using the system for material and supply chain control, because we see everything. And we had a case that we had a temperature sensor that were broke, or a whole batch that we put in our system, and that was not good for us, but we could talk to the supplier and see the problem and give them info what the problem were. So we are moving towards a better control, and this is a slide from the workshop we did, and all kind of value offering we can have for the customer, and also different services. In August we have nothing, so this is actually from October until now, and we're still learning. We're still learning all the time here. So, and try to figure it out where we are ending and how we should proceed. But we got a vector. This is just the raw setup for the next machine, where we have done 50% in production cost down or less, and also 50% of the machine price. And that's according to the model we did in October. So that's a big step forward. And we think if we jump back to the map in the beginning, we are in this region right now and working. And our goal is to expand this circle, so we also get our supply chain in this, because the biggest threat in our company or in the coffee industry is the scale, clogging up valves, etc., minerals. And changing valves out in the industry is the biggest thing, or more what they do in the service. It costs millions out there. And here we have talked to the suppliers in US and also Germany that they in this process we could send old valves to them, and they could refurbish the body, the plastic body, because that's not damaged, and they could change the O-rings and the small parts and make a new valve and send back to us. But that's for maybe in the end of this year and for the future. So our goal is that we are moving out more and more and try to learn in this process. I'm not showing the other results that we have got from Marina, and also I think Sasha maybe sent something, because they're quite heavy document. There's a lot of information. But I think we can put these on the, mail it out later so you can see the process. But the process have helped us very, very much, and we have moved from this question to here. But then, now the nearest month here, we will come into this loop again, I think. But we have now we have a little clue what circular economy is, and it helped us to get some business model for us out there. Okay? Questions? Or have I confused you totally?
Thank you very much, Peter, for an interesting presentation. I have one question first. What do you think you will gain most from? I mean, you talked about changing your business model, and you will also change the products, and you will also change the supply chain work. Do you have an idea, a view of where are most money to save for you?
According to Marina's Excel file, the money for us looks like that, and this is, whoa, nice. So, because we got an extremely nice Excel file in the end of workshop 3, there we can change and put in numbers to change this curve. So, but she said it looks too good. Now we're very happy, but we have tried to learn this. We have the tool now, so we learn, but of course the leasing of the machines, because now we can talk value with our customer, because if the customer, the cafe sells more than 3 cups per day, they make it plus, and they also pay for the machine. And then it's only a contract for 3 years. So if I like an owner of Johnny Juice or another cafe chain, or just a small coffee or office coffee, I would go for the leasing contract, because then you have all the setup, service, filter, everything is hooked up, and I know if I can sell more than 3 cups, then I'm home economically. So it's not a discussion of the cost of the machine. It's a value thing in this. And then of course to also decrease number of components in the design and so on is also helping. But I think the leasing, the business costs that we have in workshop 3 will help us to gain the economics for us, but also helping the total environmental circle, because then we have control, and we can take home the machines from US, make refurbishes, send down them again, and have a control of the waste and everything. So we are definitely in the front line, because because Nestlé are hunting us, and they are on the top of the mountain, if you say so, in the coffee business. So, but we are small, and I think we will try to grow slow, because if we go for that, then we're gonna like a muscle crack. So, but we are moving from to a more service company. So that's true. And also in this we are see other business concept. If I can just mention why I show this Vestre thing, that we are also with the coffee machines working with smart cities with Vestre to have a communication, because the same communication platform in the coffee machines will also be in the furnitures. So the furnitures are starting to talk also with the bus, and yeah. So and they see a big benefit. So they also will. I know they work with you already, but I think I will push them to go use the same tool, and yeah.
And we also saw that not only using the same kind of business model while working, but also that they have some tools which they don't use every month over the year. They have some low intensity periods when you can use their tools, which is also one way to go for a circular economy. I think is that we improve the way to use machinery.
Yeah.
And I think that's also something which came from these enlarging discussions.
Yes, and this one is not finished, but they are good at the tree stuff, if you say so, and then also the sheet metal. They already have that, and they have the low season in production from November to March. And we also have a low season then, but we have a high season from production, so we can fill their production with our stuff. We don't need to go out to a special sheet metal or contractor worker. We can go directly and work with these guys. So it's also been in this process. So, but we are no expert. We're learning all the time. But because of this, I think we are going in the right direction. So.
What is as I understand your model, it's you can send digital information in both ways.
Yes.
And do you have plans for to collect these inputs, because it will be more and more machines? And how do you process that information?
Thank you. I missed that slide here today. So it's actually this Friday, because my colleague, he is the architect of the database, and also the architecture of the whole electronics and the communication platform, and he is extremely good at it. So we are getting a lot of data, and we have been measuring the coffee machines market for 4 years now, in the old days, and it's the same there, to learn how do the barista work in Stockholm compared to New York. Could we combine information to see, also Manhattan, they start they start a washing machine in the morning, took all the water, so the coffee machine didn't get any water. So they called us, and we said, when does this problem occur? Oh, it's 9 o'clock every morning. So we hooked up, and we saw this. There were no water coming to the machine. So this combination of data we could show to the customer, and we have different levels hooked up, and we work directly with Google Maps. So you can also, if it's like in London, if there is a traffic jam, you can use the system the service technician can go around this and find other ways to serve the machine. So that's the next step. Now in February to put graphic on this information and help the end customer or the service guy or the market team and make different presentations. So, but it's going to be a challenge, and we need to hire in professionals to sort this data out so it's useful. So it's also very important in this. And right now, Johnny Jews are waiting for our administration tool on the internet, because they are sitting in Copenhagen pushing recipes around the world. And right now it's not so fancy, and it's a little bit it's made for a programming guy. So okay, I will shut up now.